And welcome back to Baruch Basketball Live on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting alongside Brian Flannery. I'm David Justin. Brian, tough game for the women, but now the men have a chance to redeem them here against Rutgers Camden.
Exactly, and the boys are coming out tonight with a little bit of chip on their shoulder, coming off a tough loss up in Massachusetts against Westfield State. So they got something to prove here tonight in the Arc Arena.
Baruch coming in at 7-3, undefeated at 2-0 in the CUNYAC Conference. A whole out-of-conference matchup today against this Rutgers Camden team coming into the game at 1-11, and unfortunately for Rutgers, without their big man Roy Bond, the 6'8" junior from Gloucester City, New Jersey.
Yeah. So we might see a little bit of that size deficit be a factor in this one.
And I would have to assume we see the lineups come out. It's going to be Jack Sixsmith, William Sixsmith, Andre Harris, Alan Villar, and surprisingly, we thought George Smith Jr. is going to be starting tonight for the Bearcats. How much of that do you think goes into the fact that they're going to be a little Camden's going to be a little bit shorthanded and maybe without their bigs?
Yeah, we're going with our bangers down low tonight in George Smith and Alan Villar. So I do like that starting lineup, and that just shows me that Coach Alisi is going to want to come out with an aggressive 5 to get this game rolling.
And you already see Ian McCarthy at 6'2" is going to be the biggest player that Camden have to really throw at both Alan Villar and George Smith Jr. And I know we've talked about it. We've seen it in games past. Feed Villar early, get him in rhythm.
Yep.
How important is that going to be in this matchup?
Oh, I think it's going to be really important, especially down low. We got to create the mismatch and really kind of exploit that.
And I think you're going to see a lot of rotation with the big men. You're going to even see Nate Orman probably get into the game. Benjamin Boateng definitely get a lot of minutes the way he has been so far this season.
Yeah, Ben's our sixth man for sure. He's going to, he'll be a factor in this one. And also, I think maybe if we're feeding down low so much, they're going to forget about the perimeter guys, and then you're going to get Billy open.
Yeah, and he's been dangerous all season. One of the leading scorers on the team, and really coming into his own here this season as the primary offensive weapon for the Bearcats. So we're about 40 seconds away from game time here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College here on 25th and Lex. Baruch coming in right now, outscoring their opponents by 8 points a game, shooting 44% from the field on the season, but it's behind the line where they really have to work, and at the free throw line, only shooting 33% on the year and 64% from the line.
Yeah, and especially coming off last night, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Jimmy Barrett, and we spoke a little bit. The boys came up short last night, especially at the charity stripe. So we're just going to, little things like that they're going to want to correct in today's matchup. But that's the great opportunity here is, yesterday didn't go well, but you have the ability to come out here today and correct everything.
And I think that's the best. I mean, we talked about how the games are going to come quick.
Yeah.
Now that we're after that finals break, after Christmas break, you lose a game like that on the road where maybe you didn't play your best, and as a team you know that. The fact that you get to come out the very next day and really show your mettle, I think that's huge mentally for the Bearcats.
Exactly. So it's a great opportunity here tonight.
It also doesn't help that you're playing. It also helps, that you're playing against a team in Rutgers Camden that's maybe struggling a little bit.
Yeah. So, but it's really important to really just take every matchup with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? You can't judge a team by their record because just at the collegiate level, anybody can beat anybody on a given day. So it's also important for the Bearcats to really come in here with their same intensity. And you definitely can't underestimate this Rutgers Camden team.
So tonight for the Rutgers Camden Raptors, at guard, number 2, Try Greer, the 6'1" senior. At the other guard, number 3, Terrence Harris. And at the third guard, number 5, Adam Perry. At the forward position, number 4, Ian McCarthy. And at the other forward position, number 22, Chin Akwarandu. And for your Baruch College Bearcats, starting at the guards position, number 1, Jack Sixsmith, number 3, William Sixsmith, and at the forward position, number 15, Andre Harris, and number 22, George Smith Jr., and at center, number 33, Alan Villar. Coach for Rutgers Camden in his 9th season is Jason Kerbison, and Coach John Alisi will be in his 7th season coaching the Bearcats tonight, looking to get an 8th win on the season. We are moments away here. Rutgers Camden going to be in their black away strip, red numbers, white letters. And Baruch switching it up a little bit. We've seen them in their light blue jerseys tonight. Today it'll be their white homes with their light blue trim and dark blue numbers. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be next weekend, January 5th. It's going to be a doubleheader against Medgar Evers. We'll be honoring Ray Rankus, who had affiliation with both of those schools at halftime. And then our next broadcast after that will be Wednesday, January 9th against Brooklyn College.
Doubleheaders. Both those games doubleheaders, men and women. And
don't forget to come out to Alumni Day, January 12th, where Baruch will play against
Lehman. And that's going to start at 12 with the women's team and 4 p.m. for the men's team.
Oh, and my apologies. Actually, we're going to be honoring Ray Rankus against Lehman, not again next week.
Yes.
That was my fault there, mix-up on the schedule.
And Rutgers Camden's going to win the tip.
That'll be Greer now who has it. It's going to be a foul away from the ball. It's going to go on Rutgers Camden and a quick turnover 10 seconds in for the Raptors.
And, David, you got to wonder if Rutgers Camden isn't the biggest team, how strong is their perimeter game? Because you almost going to want to think that most of these guys are going to play like guards, and I'm sure some of them are going to be dangerous from beyond the three-point line.
And it looks like Alan Villar is not starting. That's a mistake on my end. It's going to be number 2, Bryler Page.
Yep, so that will put George Smith Jr. in the 5.
And he knocks down his first shot from the baseline. So now Perry gives it off. Aquarandu gives it up top to Greer. Now Perry has it on the left wing. Now Aquarandu inside. He gets fouled there. Foul's going to be on number 15, Andre Harris. Nice play there by Aquarandu to contort himself and be able to try to get a shot off. That'll be his opportunity for 2 points here with Aquarandu going to line for 2. Coming in a minute gone here in the first half. And he knocks them both, so tie ball game. And it'll be Jack Sixsmith on the ball for the Bearcats. Bryler Page right wing. Zone defense here for the Raptors. Now George Smith Jr. gives it off to Bryler Page, looking for options. Floater in the paint for Page, a little too strong. Ball tipped around. And it'll be number 4, Ian McCarthy, to come away with it for the Raptors. Has it up top. Greer to Harris. Harris back to Greer. Into the lane. Greer outside to McCarthy, excuse me. His shot's a little too strong, and it'll be George Smith Jr. that comes away with it. Jack Sixsmith quickly into the paint, finds Andre Harris. He lets a couple defenders go by, and it's going to be an and one opportunity as Coach Curbison wants a charge there as Aquarandu really made himself a presence in the paint. Andre Harris at the line for an old-school three-point play.
And that was a nice move by Andre, really just kind of waiting that out, drawing the Rutgers defenders, and then just laying it up.
Easy basket and easy and one, so it'll be 5-2. Baruch lead, a little bit over a minute and a half gone here in the first. It'll be Perry that has it now. Up top, takes a pick from Aquarandu. Gives it up top. It's going to be Harris who knocks down a straightaway 2.
Oh, it's a 2-ball. Pretty close there.
Now Bryler Page has it up top. 18 minutes left here in the first. Jack Sixsmith gives it up top to Bryler Page, and he's able to knock down a 3. And the Rutgers Camden bench wanted to travel there on Jack Sixsmith. It'll be Adam Perry up top.
Yeah, we saw in that New Paltz game, Jack Sixsmith really kind of ramped up the intensity on offense, bringing the ball up really quick, and he did a great job scoring as well.
High floater's no good. Jack Sixsmith into the front court. Off the rebound by Bryler Page, bounce pass inside. George Smith Jr. right hand, a little too short. McCarthy has it into the paint. Oh, that's a travel. He left his feet, landed. Couldn't get the pass off in time. A couple unforced errors here so far in the early going by Rutgers Camden. George Smith Jr. has it up top looking for options. Hands off to Bryler Page. Inside to George Smith. Andre Harris now has a baseline. Gives it out to William Sixsmith. Right wing three. Just a little short. McCarthy on the rebound. And the Raptors will push. Finds Greer. Nice behind the back dribble against Page.
Nice move
Shot
there.
Blocked though by Harris.
And
nice play there by Bryler Page, able to deflect it off of one of the Raptors players, and it'll go back to Baruch.
Yeah, big block there from Andre.
Now Bryler Page has it left wing. Oh, takes his eye off the ball, almost loses it there. It'll be Jack Sixsmith, swung around to his brother Billy.
Wide open look for Bryler Page. Can't get that one to go.
A little too strong, and it'll be for the Raptors to push with Harris. Excuse me. With Perry. Perry's shot no good. Andre Harris comes away with the rebound. He's fouled on the floor. Akwarandu is his first foul. Be Sixsmith into the front court. Gives it off to Harris. Bounce pass inside. Harris finds Sixsmith. Sixsmith drives into the lane. Gives it outside the Page. Jack Sixsmith over to Harris. Harris has it up top. Crossover. Instead it's going to be a travel. And it's going to go back to Rutgers Camden. A very sloppy play here in the early going. A little bit more than 4 minutes gone.
Yeah, even though we have a 4-point lead, we have a certain expectation out of this offense. Not the start you want with unforced turnovers and stuff like that.
Now Perry has it. He drives. Loses the ball, though. Looking might have went off his leg. And William Sixsmith comes away with it for Baruch. Benjamin Boateng into the game for the Bearcats. Jack Sixsmith behind the back dribble. Gives it outside to William Sixsmith. Way off on the three, but it's Benjamin Boateng on the rebound. Back up top to Jack Sixsmith. Clock did not reset. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Bryler Page now into George Smith Jr. Jack Sixsmith, crossover move into the lane. And that's going to be a charge on Jack Sixsmith. Nice play there by number 22, Chin Akwarandu. Perry has it now in the front court for the Raptors. Give it over to Akwarandu on the right wing. Jack Reese coming to the bench to check in. McCarthy back to up top to Perry. Perry crossover move on Jack Sixsmith. Step back jumper.
Hits
Knocks that one down. Nice shot there.
Fancy move there.
By number 5, Adam Perry, freshman guard from West Hampton, New Jersey. Now Bryler looking for options. Pass across the lane. Goes into the hands of Jack Sixsmith. Back to Bryler. Inside to Benjamin Boateng.
Nice
finds
move.
George Smith Jr. Back door. Tipped around. Benjamin Boateng gets it back. His shot is blocked. And where they're lacking in size, they're not lacking in vertical.
No.
The Raptors of Rutgers Camden. Straight away three by Greer. Shot's no good. Rebounded there by Page, and he'll be able to bring it into the front court.
And that was a nice sequence of passing there for Baruch. Unfortunately, though, Rutgers kind of read the pattern there, beat them to the paint.
George Smith Jr. free throw line jumper. Shot's no good. Benjamin Boateng on the rebound, able to go up over number 3, Terrence Harris. Hand off to Greer. Bryler Page on him. Right wing jumper, no. Ooh.
Bouncing around.
Wow, what a bounce. I was going to say almost a home court bounce there, but
yeah.
Didn't quite fall. Jack Sixsmith into the lane. Bryler Page has it left wing. George Smith Jr. backdoor to Benjamin Boateng, able to finish off the glass.
And Ben Boateng coming off the bench always really doesn't waste much time to make his presence known.
And he's been really felt, I think, at the back. He's had a couple backdoor opportunities already with 4 quick points in 2 minutes.
So kind of, like we said in the pregame, really trying to take advantage of that down low.
Kyle Goodson Jr. coming into the game for Aquarandu.
But you can see that Rutgers Camden has a pretty aggressive style of play. Nobody's afraid to get involved as far as helping on defense or even offensively.
And Jack Reese recently checked in for Baruch. He's on Perry up top now. Perry working on Reese into the lane. Bounce pass out. Up top to McCarthy. Quickly swung around. That's going to be Greer, right wing 3. Knocks that one down. So with 7 minutes gone here in the first half, Baruch lead 12-10 as Jack Reese quickly pushing the tempo. Boateng now into the paint, looking for options. Gives it off to Sixsmith. Now over to Page. They've been very mindful of Sixsmith so far here in the early going, not giving him any open opportunities. Boateng's shot looked like it was tipped. And it'll be the Rutgers to come away with it. 3 ball there by McCarthy, a little too strong. It's going to be Goodson on the rebound, though, for Rutgers Camden, and he takes too many steps underneath.
Nice job by Baruch forcing a travel there. But again, this is going to be a physical game. You could already tell, David.
You already like some of the effort plays by Rutgers Camden.
Oh, yeah.
Really putting themselves in position to win rebounds with their energy and their physicality.
And if you notice with our lineup, too, we're not going with our biggest guys down low. This is almost more of a physical lineup. And we're yet to see Alan Villar in this matchup. And he's always a big factor down low for us.
That's going to be a blocking foul, number 4, Ian McCarthy. That's going to be his first.
Andre Harris checking back in for George Smith Jr.
We talked about how maybe Coach Alisi wants to use size. It's almost the lack of size for Rutgers is almost dictating the lineup that Coach Alisi is using so far.
Exactly. So Billy's going to start it up. Pass to Ben. Quick pass to Andre Harris down low. Swung out to Jack Reese behind the perimeter and hits that 3 ball.
Nice shot there by Jack Reese. His first shot of the night. He's able to
see that. 1 for 1 from 3.
We haven't seen him shoot from distance too much so far this season.
Yeah, only a couple of attempts. But he's definitely getting a little more comfortable. Also, we're yet to see Joey Zucchino Jr., another big impact freshman for the Bearcats, really adding to that depth.
That was Jack Reese's only 12th three-pointer, 13th three-pointer of the season.
Yeah.
4 of 13 now for the year. Of course, William Sixsmith blows everyone away with attempts at over 50 compared to the next.
Yeah, Billy
player.
Recently took the title as most three-pointers in Baruch history.
And that foul will go on him as we speak of him. So 11:51 remaining, and McCarthy will go to the line to shoot 2. Baruch lead by 5, 15-10, 11:51 remaining here.
Yeah. And you also, I think, something to be conscious of throughout the course of this matchup is how fresh are these Baruch legs right now coming off that matchup against Westfield State up in Massachusetts last night.
It's a good point.
You know? So it'll be interesting to see how the Bearcats hold up late here.
I mean, it's been very much a half-court game since the game has started.
Yeah.
For both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now Bryler has the left wing, gives it up top to William Sixsmith. Jack Reese looking for options, takes the right wing 3. Shot's no good. Benjamin Boateng tips it out. And it'll be quickly swung around. Andre Harris, right baseline jumper, rattles that one home. Nice shot there by Andre Harris.
17-12 lead.
5 points in the early going for Harris. Now Perry has it, gives it over to Greer. Looking for options, going to be McCarthy, right wing 3. Shot's a little too strong, going to be Bryler Page to come away with it. And Rutgers have to get back on D. Bryler Page, floater off the glass. Nice play there by Page, taking it end to end.
Yeah, Bryler's better at that than everybody.
He's probably I think he's our most dangerous player in transition.
Oh, absolutely. And he's not afraid to draw a foul.
Now Goodson has it for Rutgers. Comes around a couple picks, gives it off to Harris. Harris out to Greer in the corner. Greer not afraid to shoot so far tonight and not afraid to knock him down either. So he knocks it down with 10:45 remaining here in the first half. Baruch lead 19-15. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. Coming on the halfway point here in the first quarter, 10:45 to be exact. Baruch lead 19-15, and some quality effort play here from Rutgers Camden in the early going. We talked about the matchup between the size advantage and some of the physicality and the pain, and it hasn't really gone the way we predicted.
No, and Rutgers is really coming out aggressively. They're running around. Definitely some tough kids to guard on this team. So Baruch has their work cut out for them.
And it'll be Baruch's basketball with Jack Reese here going left to right.
Joey Zucchino checked in for the Bearcats.
An interesting play there. Looked like the ball was going to go out of bounds. It hit the referee in the leg and stayed in, and Baruch's able to take advantage with a three-point there.
And that's what you want to see out of Joey Zucchino Jr., really kind of coming into his role now. We spoke about that during the women's broadcast, but you want to see the progression of these younger players week by week, and it's nice to see that out of Jack Reese and Joey Zucchino Jr.
McCarthy has it in the corner, almost triple team there. But it'll be Perry, and he pushes off. It's going to be an offensive foul there on number 5, Adam Perry. Checking the game is Chin Akwarandu for Rutgers. Also to the game at that last stoppage, Robbie Brosh, first minutes, the guard from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Zucchino has it, gives it off to Boateng, hands it off to William Sixsmith. Swung around, now Zucchino thinks about another three in the right wing. Opts against it. Reese back up top to Zucchino. Zucchino's going to pull it this time. A little too strong.
Again, I like that open look, though.
And now Greer quickly the other way for the Raptors. His pass right through Akwarandu's hands, and it'll go back to Baruch.
Icing on the play.
Jack Reese will bring it up into the front court. Looking for options. Zucchino left wing, back up top to Reese. Straightaway three, thinks about it, hesitates, now gives it off to Zucchino. And there's going to be a foul off the ball underneath. The foul's going to be on number 20, Kyle Goodson, his first. Reese looking for options, thrown over the head of Boateng, and it's going to be McCarthy quickly the other way. Gives it off to Greer. He hits the deck. Akwarandu underneath, able to lay it in off the glass as he hits the deck. Cuts the lead to 5. Coming down 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Zucchino's shot is off. It's going to be Greer the other way. And he gets fouled. The foul there is going to be on number 15, Andre Harris.
Number 24, Jack Reese, his second, 5 team fouls. 2 shots for Trey Greer. Jack Sexton of Bradley Page checked in for relief. Terrence Harris of the Raptors.
And Greer able to knock down the first. Terrence Harris back into the game for the Raptors. George Smith Jr. coming to the scorer's table to check back in. And it's going to be a lane violation against Boateng, who will come to the bench as Greer gets to take his second free throw again. An opportunity to cut the game to a 3-point deficit. knocks down the second. So Jack Sixsmith just checked back into the game as well, and he'll bring the ball into the front court. It's Sixsmith, Page, Harris, Zucchino, and George Smith Jr. Bryler Page over to Zucchino. Ball movement, moving across back and forth the court here. Now it's Jack Sixsmith looking for Andre Harris underneath, trying to post up. Zucchino back to Jack Sixsmith. And it's going to be an offensive foul. I think it's going to be Harris underneath.
Yeah, you could tell just even physically down low. This is a very aggressive game.
Rutgers Camden almost plays that frustrating style of game. I mean, you could even see that predicated off of, Andre Harris a little bit off the ball there, but using that arm to push off, just trying to create position.
They're fighting down low. Again, this is not an easy matchup by any means.
Baruch into the front court, looking for options. Gives it off to Aquarandu, over to Greer, back to Baruch. Finds Harris up top. Harris almost stripped there by Harris. Baruch into the paint. Ball swung around to Greer. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to have to put something up. Fadeaway shot. That's just way off. And it's going to be a shot clock violation as that didn't hit rim. And it'll go back to Baruch with almost 8 minutes to go here in the first. Checking back into the game is number 5, Adam Perry for the Raptors. Jack Sixsmith will bring it up for the Bearcats. Bryler Page, jab step. Now it's Jack Sixsmith over to Zucchino. Back to Page in the corner. His 3 ball from the corner rattles around and in. Nice shot there. Stiff net tonight.
Yeah, and that's the answer the Bearcats needed. This thing was getting a little knotted up. A couple turnovers here and there, but that 3 ball, that's what they were looking for.
And extends the lead back to 6 after some uneventful offensive possessions for the Bearcats. And that's Harris's shot. Knocks that one down. Long mid-range jumper there from Terrence Harris. Zucchino has it now on the right wing. Looking for options. Will be Bryler Page up top. Ball moved around. Bryler Page over to Zucchino in the corner. Once again, open 3. Rebounded there by Harris, and it'll be Perry to push. Goes right into the lane. Gives it off to Goodson. Now up top to Harris. Harris outside to Baruch. Now to Perry. Perry's 3 ball, no good, off left rim, and it's rebounded by Jack Sixsmith. Now Bryler Page, his floater. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Bryler Page. Nice play there to take it in the chest and get the offensive foul.
Yeah, good job by Rutgers Camden drawing a charge.
And Asaph Charles checking into the game. So is William Sixsmith, and Charles giving them a little bit more depth.
And going back to our discussion regarding size, Asaph is our tallest player, standing around 6'9". I'd even give him 6'10", standing next to him. So he might be a factor down low because that's a clear mismatch.
See what he could do on both ends of the court here.
Yeah.
He's on Aquarandu underneath, but it'll be Baruch up top, covered by Jack Sixsmith. 6.5 remaining here in the first. 3 ball there by Greer's, no good, and it's rebounded by Sixsmith. Charles actually hit the deck on the back end, but Bryler Page into the lane, and 1. Nice pay there by Page, and he'll go to the line for the old school 3-point play. Nice little Euro step into the lane and able to finish with the right hand.
Yep. Trey Greer is going to check back in for Rutgers.
Kyle Goodson Jr. coming to the bench, and Page at the line for the old school 3-point play. Stepped around the contact this time instead of the last possession where he went right into it. Nice adjustment there by Page.
Yep.
It'll be Baruch now with Greer. Perry wants it in the corner. He has George Smith Jr. on him. Nice move. Gets into the lane. Gets blocked from behind is George Smith. Perry has to get back as William Sixsmith pushes it into the front court. Gives it off to Bryler Page in the corner. No one closes out on him as Greer was there, but not quite there. And Bryler Page really starting to heat up. Knocks down another 3. He's got 16 here in the first. 16-4 for Bryler Page, leading all scorers. foul's going to be on Page there. It's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity for number 5, Perry. Zucchino comes in for Baruch as Page comes to the bench. And McCarthy will check back in for Rutgers Camden as Robbie Baruch comes to the bench. And what a first half for Bryler Page. 16 of Baruch's 31 points have come from number 2. And he's off on the second, so Baruch lead by 10. It'll be William Sixsmith into the front court.
And you can tell Billy's getting double teamed from the perimeter.
And a dangerous pass there by
around there. Wide open look now.
And it'll be Harris on the lay-in, but a dangerous play there by Sixsmith on that cross-court pass. Went off of Jack Sixsmith's hands and Zucchino's hands before it found a waiting Raptors player.
Yeah, and you can tell Rutgers did their homework because Billy's pretty much been double teamed from behind the perimeter all game.
Only 2 shots in the first half. 0 for 2 is Sixsmith.
And now tight coverage. But Joey
Zucchino three, there it is.
And that's great to see too, David, because Zucchino's kind of an extension of Billy. They could play the same position, and they're both great shooters from 3. So if you're going to key in on Billy, then Zucchino just gets the wide open look there, and he's able to convert.
Zucchino having a nice game already.
And Billy Sixsmith with a big steal there. He's going to push it up with the up and under. It gets blocked.
As it looks like Harris hit the deck. Nice play there to stay in front of Sixsmith and keep his feet moving.
Yeah.
And it'll be Harris up top. McCarthy into the lane, back out to Greer. Pump fakes, now back to McCarthy, left wing 3. And it's going to be a charge on Greer. Nice play there by George Smith Jr. to take it in the chest. Baruch lead by 11 with 4:21 remaining here in the first.
Number 14, Michael Richards.
We'll see Michael Richards for the first time. Already Baruch going 10 deep here in the first half.
Yeah.
Really seeing their bench as Asaph Charles comes to the bench for the Bearcats. It'll be Jack Sixsmith into the front court. Gets a double pick. Richards up top looking for options. Bounce pass out to Sixsmith. Sixsmith. And Rutgers really forcing the ball out of Sixsmith's hands when he has the ball in positions to shoot.
And they're going to call another foul.
That time on Joseph Zucchino, who's having a pretty good game in his own right with 6 points on 2 of 5 shooting, but a sloppy offensive play there by Zucchino.
Richards first to the Bearcats, 9th.
An opportunity for Rutgers Camden to cut this deficit back to a single digit. Now Greer hits the deck, and he's going to go out of bounds. No foul there. He just got caught up on his own laces there, and he'll go back to Baruch. Jack Sixsmith hands it off to Zucchino. George Smith Jr. up top with it. Ball moved around. Zucchino on the right wing. Up top to Mike Richards.
Yeah, Rutgers playing a great brand of defense here.
And it's going to go off Baruch last, so it's going to be a turnover.
For the exception of a couple open 3 looks where there's just a little bit of a mismatch and the man got open, Rutgers has pretty much smothered the Bearcats defensively.
It's been just a few breakdowns, a couple of threes in the corner to Bryler Page, and honestly, just Bryler's just having a great game offensively.
And what's even more impressive is a lot of these Rutgers baskets are coming from like tightly contested shots.
Now Greer has to get it up top to Perry. Perry's going to drive. Shot a little too short, and it's going to be Richards to come away with it. 3 minutes to go here in the first. Richards right into the lane, and it's going to be an offensive foul. And that was just a silly play. Richards almost turned his body as he was going into the lane, trying to find the options behind him.
Yeah, trying to find the follow-up man there. Unfortunately, unable to get him, gets called for a charge. And Coach Alisi is going to call a timeout here with 3:01 remaining.
Baruch lead 34-23. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcast Day.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Baruch lead 34-23. It'll be Rutgers Camden basketball on their own end.
Perry's going to take the ball up for the Raptors.
It'll be Jack Sixsmith on him. He takes the pick right from Greer. Gives it back to Greer. Ball swung around. It's going to be Harris in the corner. He knocks down that three. A little bit of a late rotation there by William Sixsmith. Jack Sixsmith into the front court. A lot of communication from the Rutgers Camden bench to the players on the court.
Yep.
Jack Sixsmith into the lane, finds George Smith Jr. His shot might have been blocked from behind by Greer. Either way, it's a little short, and McCarthy will push for Rutgers Camden into the lane. A wild shot there, looking for contact, never came. Ball swung around. McCarthy now into the lane, off glass, a little strong, a little too short.
No charge.
George Smith Jr. hits the deck. No call either way. They're really letting him play now with Perry on the left wing. And Rutgers Camden can set up with a fresh shot clock. Greer into the lane with the right hand, able to finish. Nice play there. And it's only that 11-point deficit has been cut to 6. 150 remaining here in the first.
And yeah, you're almost feeling the momentum pick up a little bit on the Rutgers side.
Zucchino now has it left wing. Looking for options. Find George Smith Jr. Inside, now gives it off to Richards. And
they're going to call a...
he hopped back and forth, I think, a couple times before he put the ball on the ground there.
Costly travel there for the Bearcats. Kind of desperately needing to stop this Rutgers momentum.
And Richards will come to the bench as Benjamin Boateng's ready to check in. So a nice little comeback here and a little bit of a run for Rutgers Camden. McCarthy back up to Perry. Perry takes the pick from Akwarandu. Gives it up top to Greer. Greer's free throw line jumper. Way off. And it'll be Boateng on the rebound. Again, hacked a little bit there by Akwarandu. But Boateng will bring it into the front court. Finds George Smith Jr. underneath. Gives it outside to Jack Sixsmith. And George Smith, a little bit with the left hand. You got to be careful with that. It looked like he was reaching around him a little bit to create space.
Zucchino makes his cut.
And George Smith Jr. is fouled underneath.
This is just a loud physical game right now, David.
Foul is on number 22. Akwarandu is second.
And Akwarandu.
Smith's going to go to the line here.
Will come to the bench as Kyle Goodson Jr. comes into the game. And George Smith Jr. at the line. George Smith Jr. shooting an impressive 70% from the line. And granted, it's not a great average, but for a big man, I always think if you're shooting around 70, 80%, you're doing
your job there.
Absolutely. One of the better free throw shooters on the team, and he goes 2 for 2. Extends the lead to 8. 55 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Excuse me, in the first half. Perry has it now. Hand off to Goodson, now back to Greer. Greer up top, giving it over to McCarthy. McCarthy drives. His shot altered, though, by Boateng. And Sixsmith got the rebound, and I think Goodson knocked it out of his hands, off of maybe the back of his arm or the back of his head.
Yeah.
To give Rutgers Camden a fresh possession.
A little bit of a weird spin on that ball there.
Perry to inbound for Rutgers Camden. Gives it off to McCarthy. McCarthy so far still looking for his first field goal. 0 for 6 so far in the first half. Eight-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 19 seconds remaining here in the first half. Nice find by Greer inside. Greer's going to get fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice patient offense there by Rutgers Camden. The foul's going to be on number 22, George Smith Jr.
2 shots for Trey Greer.
Off on the first. Lead stays at 8, and Baruch will be able to have a last shot here after Greer's second free throw. Checking into the game for Rutgers Camden, number 11, Thomas Harris, the first we've seen of him tonight, and Robbie Baruch, both back into the game. Baruch going with Boateng, Jack Sixsmith, William Sixsmith, George Smith Jr., and Joseph Sakino, so definitely some shooters on the court. And they'll roll it up as Jack Sixsmith picks it up, 13 seconds remaining. Down to 10, Benjamin Boateng has it up top. Looking for a cutting George Smith Jr., able to finish with the left hand, the clock's still running. 5 seconds left, 3, 2, 1. Harris, I don't even know if he got it off in time, but that'll do it for the first half. Baruch 38, Rutgers Camden 29. And what a first half by Bryler Page. I mean, he really set the tone. 6 of 8 from the field, 16 points of Baruch's 38. And
it's
really
a big
unstoppable.
first half for Bryler.
Hit a few three threes, but really able to get into the paint and force some contact a couple with that and one opportunity.
So now it's just going to be a matter of going into the locker room, kind of maybe adapting a little bit to the style of play for Rutgers Camden, changing around the game plan a little bit to be able to come out here and really make this deficit something that Rutgers can't come back from.
So William Sixsmith, 0 points in the first half, 0 of 2, and we're sitting right next to the Rutgers Camden bench.
Yeah.
How important has it been for Rutgers Camden, specifically their coaches? I think they've been getting on the defensive players for making sure they're closing out and double teaming him every time he gets his position in the scoring area.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost like every time the ball's in Billy's hands, the entire Rutgers coaching staff's jumping up saying, like, get on him. And Billy has not had a clean look all game. So, I mean, that's props to the Rutgers Camden coaching staff for doing their scouting and for the players for executing that defense. So right now we've been struggling to get Billy his open looks, but David, that's created an opening for Joey Zucchino, and he's hit a couple threes here early on.
Now 16 from Bryler Page, like we mentioned. Is it worrisome because, I mean, it's hard to replicate that every half.
Yeah.
Is it worrisome that some of the other guys, maybe Andre Harris only has 5? Granted, Zucchino's playing well, but maybe some of your other big scorers, Sixsmith, Harris, not really scoring the ball yet. And in the second half, if Bryler Page doesn't stay as hot as he is with only a 9-point lead, can it be worrisome?
Yeah, it definitely could. I mean, now it's a matter of getting the other guys involved as well and just really getting off the ball, trying to avoid those double screens. And so really just kind of changing up the game plan a little bit to start getting everybody involved. But really big props to Bryler Page for carrying the Bearcats here early on offensively.
All right, so we're about 10 minutes. We're going to have a 10-minute halftime break, and then we're going to come back to preview the second half and talk a little bit more about Bearcats basketball. Once again, Baruch 38, Rutgers of Camden 29. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
And we are back here live for the second half of action. Baruch Bearcats leading 38-28 over Rutgers Camden here at the Arc Arena in New York City. 38-29.
Jack Sixsmith now has it right wing, gives it up to his brother Billy. Bryler Page left wing. It's going to be the two Sixsmith brothers, Bryler Page, Andre Harris, and George Smith Jr. Turnover there for Baruch, and it'll be Perry into the front court on the right wing. Cheer has it, gives it off to Perry in the corner. Swung around, now it's McCarthy. Gets Harris in the air, up top to Harris, knocks down three. And just like that, a quick basket. For Rutgers Camden.
I'll check in 1 moment.
Yeah, no rush, whatever. I'm just double checking with everything.
At the first break, come over.
Jack Sixsmith has it. Gives it off to Bryler Page. A minute gone here in the second. William Sixsmith, deep three. Off back rim. George Smith Jr. on the rebound. The foul is going to be on number 3, Terrence Harris. Jack Sixsmith to inbound, gives it up top to Bryler Page. Page has it off a dominant first quarter when he was able to drop 16 points. Nice bounce pass inside. Harris finds some space off glass on a little step back jumper. Perry has it now, bringing it into the front court. Greer to Harris, looking for options. Over to Greer. Bryler Page on him. Ball knocked away, loose ball. It's going to be picked up by Jack Sixsmith. Harris and Harris both hit the deck. Jack Sixsmith hard into the lane, no good, but Bryler Page comes away with the rebound. Gives it up top to Andre Harris, fresh 30 for Baruch. Jack Sixsmith inside to George Smith Jr., up top to William Sixsmith, straightaway three, and he knocks it down. William Sixsmith's first bucket of the night coming in with 18 minutes left here in the game. And that's where you got to be careful if you're Rutgers Camden. If he starts getting hot,
yeah,
he could be a lot to handle. Harris has it now. Foul's going to be on number 15, Andre Harris, pushed through the screen. That's his third foul of the evening. Aquarandu to inbound. Perry up top now for Rutgers. Crossover move by Perry, looking for options. Greer has it now. Over to Perry. Crossover move, bounce pass to Greer. Back outside, three ball. No good, rebound fall for. George Smith Jr. almost got the rebound while he was on the floor. And it's going to be a jump ball. A lot of players getting helped up off the ground.
Yeah, that was a...
Andre Harris coming to the bench. Benjamin Boateng will check back into the game. Never short on a supply of sneakers is Benjamin Boateng.
Yeah.
I think last game against City College he wore a different pair for each half.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben definitely has a nice collection of sneakers to wear.
Not including the pair that he gets from the...
Exactly.
For the team.
And Jack Sixsmith doing a good job.
And he's going to get fouled as he comes up with that loose ball. Nice hustle play there by Sixsmith. Bryler Page bounce pass into Boateng, who finds George Smith Jr. back door. Nice play there from Page to Boateng to Smith. Smith has 6 tonight on 2 of 6 shooting. 20 minutes of action. Yet to see Alan Villar.
Yeah. Wonder what's going on there. Maybe he's a little hurt. Oof.
Bryler Page can't finish.
Hard contact there by Page.
Rebounded there by Boateng, and he's fouled underneath.
Yeah, Bryler's never afraid to draw that contact. It's just sometimes it'll take you a little while to get up. Looks like he might have taken a shot there against the wall.
Boateng rattles home the first. Robbie Baruch into the game.
24, Robbie Rush checked in.
Then he knocks them both down. Six points in 9 minutes for Benjamin Boateng. Baruch has it now, tipped away from him by Jack Sixsmith. Loose ball on the floor. And it's going to be a timeout for Rutgers Camden. Nice hustle play there by Robbie Baruch. Almost lost the ball. Baruch lead 47-32, and an opportunity here in the early part of the first half for Baruch really to pull away with this. Already outscoring Rutgers Camden 9-3 here in the second half. And we already saw William Sixsmith hit his first shot of the game. Benjamin Boateng got a couple buckets. Definitely keeping the pressure on the Raptors of Rutgers Camden.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where our lineup is very dynamic, because it's really hard to cue in on one guy. So let's say you want to double team a Billy or a Bryler, then you're going to get a Ben Boateng open. And vice, you know what I mean? So we really play off each other very well. And it's not just the one-man offense. There's multiple threats, including George Smith Jr., who's had a bunch of backdoor layups tonight.
6 points in 21 minutes for George Smith Jr. Yeah, nice play there when they were able to find Boateng in the heart of that zone.
Yep.
And find a cutting George Smith Jr., which always helps.
Yeah, him and Ben definitely have a good little rapport going. You got to wonder where Alan Villar is today regarding the lineup.
No news on an injury or anything, but they did play yesterday, so maybe just a little banged up.
Yeah.
And Baruch has it now. Up top to Harris. Harris straight away three. A little short. William Sixsmith on the rebound. And Jack Sixsmith will bring it into the front court for the Bearcats. Coming in on 4 minutes gone here in the second. Bryler Page has it up top, looking for options. Baruch on him. Now Boateng, free throw line jumper. Off front rim, back rim, and in. Benjamin Boateng now 8 and 9 minutes. Ball swung around. McCarthy has it on the corner. Now to Greer. Outside to Harris. Harris pull-up jumper. No good. Rebounded by George Smith Jr. and Jack Sixsmith's going to push. Trying to get a bounce pass into Boateng. And it's going to be a kickball on Rutgers Camden, but you can see Boateng running the floor and looking for that pass over the top.
Yep.
Maybe Jack Sixsmith looks that way because I think he would have had easy access to the basket there for Boateng.
Yeah.
May have slowed him up a little bit to try to receive that bounce pass.
Yeah, he's going to find Ben on the baseline. Ben backs down his defender, goes up.
And one for Boateng. Crazy play there.
Yeah.
As I believe it's going to be, yes, it's going to be Aquarandu on the foul, but he pretty much got bowled over as Boateng posted him up.
Yeah.
And Boateng fell over him, who's Aquarandu, who's already on the floor, and put the shot in to give him the and one opportunity and a chance to extend the lead to 20.
And they're going to call a tech here.
So it's going to be 4 free throws here for well, it's going to be 2 for William Sixsmith, 2 for Benjamin Boateng. Or, sorry, 1 for Benjamin Boateng. It was weird. The ref came over and said 2 and 2. And Aquarandu is going to come to the bench as Goodson Jr. checks into the game.
Not exactly sure what caused the technical. I think it might have been an exchange between the benches. Billy converts on both of his foul shots there. And now Ben Boateng will go back to the line. Not exactly. Did you see anything?
I think it was verbal.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the ref said that, because I think I think one of the coaches for Rutgers Camden wanted an explanation, and he wasn't going to repeat what Aquarandu did. Either that or it was some sort of motion that it was a gesture towards the ref.
Yeah,
I'm not 100%
clearly
sure.
something that the refs thought deserved a technical. A good job by the Bearcats of taking advantage of that.
So now Boateng was off on the free throw, though. Baruch lead by 21. And McCarthy's pass thrown away to Jack Sixsmith. He's fouled. Oh, and one almost went around and out. So he'll go to the line to shoot two. Almost 5 minutes gone here in the first. Or excuse me, here in the second. And Baruch really starting to pull away with this thing.
Yeah.
Already outscoring Rutgers Camden 15-3. An opportunity to make it 17-3 here in the second half.
If you're the Rutgers coaching staff, regardless of the score right now, you wouldn't be happy with your players for unnecessary stuff like that, like drawing a tech for something they said or did.
Yeah, and the effort just hasn't been there from Rutgers Camden the way it was in the first half. And I thought their physicality and energy really kept them in the game in the first half.
It most definitely did, but now they're definitely, I don't know if they're tired.
Frustrated too, I think.
A little bit of both, I think.
Now Baruch comes into the front court. Gives it off to Greer.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Alisi goes to the bench relatively soon, especially considering we played last night.
Nice play there by McCarthy to find
Ben
Goodson, and that's going to be an illegal inbound. It's going to go back to Rutgers Camden, the most unforced of errors.
I saw Ben take that inbound just a little bit in front of the baseline there, and maybe just rushed it a little too bit. So now Rutgers is going to get possession.
Inbound to Greer, a little too short though. Had a nice position there on Bryler Page, and Boateng comes away with the rebound. Boateng looking to push himself.
Ben taking it up like the point guard. Oh, and they're going to call
too many steps.
They're going to call a walk on Ben. And he's going to check out for Bryler. And Joey Zucchino is going to check in.
Number 20, Joseph Zucchino checked in.
Ben just got a little too excited there to start that offense. But nonetheless, great effort out of him early on in this second half.
And I can see why Coach Alisi took him out. A couple back-to-back unforced errors, one on the inbounds and then one with that. I don't mind Boateng bringing the ball up, though, because I like some of the options he creates. He's been able to get to the top of the key, and then he can play players off him.
Not only does he create plays, but he can finish them, too.
And we also have a lot of players right now that play well off the ball, like a George Smith Jr., William Sixsmith. So it's not terrible that he brings the ball up. Of course, can't make some of those errors, though. Now Zucchino right into the lane. Back out to William Sixsmith. Corner three. Knocks that one down. His second of the game. Nice play there from Jack to Zucchino to William Sixsmith. And Billy's quickly over to Zucchino to say thanks for that look there and a wide open three. So Baruch lead 58-34 with 14-17 remaining here in the ball game, and Baruch really stretching it out here with a 20-5 run to start the second half. Anytime you're putting up 20 in the first 5 minutes, you're going to be in for a long afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean that's exactly the effort that you want to see out of this Bearcat team, especially in the second half. And in pregame, we referenced the game last night against Westfield State. Pretty big deficit. Not the matchup and result they were hoping for, but today was the ability to come out and respond, and that's exactly what they did here.
What a bounce-back opportunity, yeah. And it's not even about the opposition. It's about coming home, really defending your home court and playing better basketball, making less mistakes.
Yep, and it's just learning from the errors and really correcting them. That's exactly what they've done. I don't think we can point at one part of this Bearcat team right now and say this isn't working. I think everything's firing on full cylinders right now.
Right now shooting almost 53% from the field while holding Rutgers of Camden to a 32% clip.
And they're going to call the foul on Jack Sixsmith there, blocking foul.
Because right now both teams have 13 turnovers, but Baruch has 16 assists.
Yeah, they're really working off the ball very well tonight.
16 assists on 20 field goals.
Yep.
So now Goodson has it. She's going to drive against George Smith Jr. Nice altering of the shot by Smith Jr. If the ball is less, going to go out against Rutgers Camden. And Baruch will get it back with 14 minutes remaining here. The foul going to be off the ball, number 20, Goodson Jr. And that's going to send Sixsmith to the line for a 1-on-1.
Yeah, Billy was just trying to get open.
And already in the bonus is Baruch. Knocks down the first. shooting almost 86% this year from the free throw line. So just a great all-around season for Sixsmith.
Yep.
Shooting 42% from the field, 38% from three. Maybe you'd like to see those numbers a little bit higher, but such a high quantity of his shots are from downtown.
Of course.
That his field goal percentage is always going to skew towards his three-point percentage.
Yep.
I think really that's the final evolution of maybe William Sixsmith. Obviously his last season, but as the season goes, and we've even seen it a little bit this year, him getting into the paint a little bit more, trying to finish near the rim.
He's been doing a much better job this year of driving, which has been great. Because if you want to cue on him from behind the perimeter, he's been able to burn the defender and put up the easy layup.
Now Perry has it now right wing crossover on Reese, who just checked in. Perry's floater, no good off left rim. Zucchino skies high, able to get the rebound. They're going to say he actually pushed off, so it's going to be Rutgers ball underneath their own basket. Fresh 30 for Rutgers Camden. Swings across court. Harris, McCarthy, too many steps. We see a lot of that in both the men's and women's games here at Baruch, that a lot of times they don't put the ball down before they move their feet.
Yeah, almost getting a little too excited to start the play there. One thing at a time.
That's got to be a frustrating one for coaches, especially when your offense has been, when you need points in Rutgers Camden's case, or if you're Baruch and trying to.
A nice pass there, Joey Zucchino to Jack Reese. Freshman to freshman. Jack Reese connects for his second three ball of the day. Love to see that if you're Coach Alisi.
Perry the other end, a little too strong on the corner three, and Zucchino comes away with the rebound.
Jack Reese is going to push it up.
John, do you have the next 3 games off by heart? Do you know the dates in your head of the next 3 games?
And Andre Harris able to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Big block there by George Smith Jr.
And it's going to go off Perry last, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. 12:37 remaining. Baruch lead by 31.
You wonder at what point is Coach Alisi going to go to the bench here.
27-5 run to start the second half.
Wow.
Ninth is 5:37:30. Is 12.
You got to wonder what Coach Alisi told his boys at the halftime break to really get this going, as William Sixsmith, left wing three, looks a little off left rim. We actually had perfect sight of that one. Andre Harris gets the rebound. And at this point, everything comes back out, and I assume you take the clock as much as you can.
Yeah.
Pick there from Harris. Reese into the lane. Kicks it out. Zucchino, corner three.
Again.
Knocks that one down.
Wow. That's awesome to see. Look, Zucchino and Jack Reese just switched. On the prior possession, they did the same exact play, just Jack was the one shooting and Zucchino passed, and we just saw it the other way around.
Zucchino, 9th point. Jack Reese already 4 assists on the afternoon. Now Goodson has it.
Again, it's nice to see the chemistry between Zucchino and Jack Reese.
And Goodson's going to get fouled by George Smith Jr. Yeah, I agree. That's going to be a tandem that they're going to be together for quite a while. Jack Reese has 6 and 4. Zucchino has 9, 3, and 2. So nice afternoon. Complimentary pieces for Coach Alisi's team as we start seeing some of the big scorers come back with William Sixsmith at 10, Andre Harris at 9, and, of course, Bryler Page still leading the way. And we talked about it before half ended. How is it going to be with Bryler Page maybe not scoring another 16? Well, it helps when you're only holding the opponents to 5 points.
Exactly.
68-36, Baruch lead. Right now, Rutgers Camden only shooting 29% from the field. And a turnover there. It's going to be Greer that comes away with a dangerous pass there by Jack Reese. Shot's no good, but the foul's going to be on number 24, Reese. Coach Alisi and Reese will talk it over.
2 shots for Trey Greer.
Baruch really making this game theirs here in the second half. Shooting an absurd 69% from the field, including 67% from 3. add an 8 from 9 from the free throw line. That's going to be a recipe for a winning
Exactly.
half.
We mentioned that with the Colby Sawyer team in the women's matchup, but anytime you're shooting those kind of numbers, you're probably going to win that game.
And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Alisi and the Bearcats with 11:17 remaining here at the Arc Arena. Baruch 68, Rutgers Camden 36. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. Baruch coming out here in a storming of a second half, Brian, outscoring Rutgers Camden 30-7.
If you're Coach Alisi, you can't ask for anything more from your team, especially coming off that tough loss last night.
And the ball movement, I think we talked about it, has been ridiculous here. 8 assists so far in the second half. Baruch has only made 9 shots.
But look at Rutgers Camden coming out.
Last few possessions, the defense has been strong. Now Andre Harris, baseline jumper, knocks that down. That was assisted by George Smith Jr. Make that 9 assists and 10 shots. Baruch lead by 34, tying their biggest lead of the game. Greer into the paint, kicks it back out to Baruch. Nice spin move there, gives it off to McCarthy, left wing 3. And the foul is going to be there on number 15, Andre Harris. I think that's going to be his 4th. Have to wonder how much more game time he'll see this afternoon with this lead plus that foul trouble.
Yeah, I'd like to think within the next minute here, hopefully Coach Alisi empties the bench and lets everyone get on the court.
Either that or they'll just let Harris foul out, and at that point, I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always good to get all the boys on the team their minutes and some in-game experience.
McCarthy so far 2 for 2 for the free throw line on this attempt, and make that 3 for 3. So he knocks down all 3 of those free throws. Baruch lead by 31. And you can see the full court trap starting to come from Rutgers Camden. Reese into the front court, almost gets triple team there. Zucchino alleviates some of that pressure, and now Reese will have it up top. Andre Harris think about going into the lane. No, instead gives it out to Sixsmith. 3 ball. Knocks that one down, and once again, the lead extended to 34.
That's exactly what we want to see from Billy.
Having a great second half here.
And that was not an easy shot either.
Terrence Harris' shot rattles around, no good. And Baruch unable to come away with that rebound, so it'll go out of bounds, and it'll stay with Rutgers Camden as Baruch is ready to inbound. Inbound to Greer, looking for options. Aquino on him. Goodson up top with the ball. Baruch left wing. McCarthy back to Baruch. Sixsmith on him. Out to Greer, corner 3. And he knocks that one down. Nice shot there by Greer. Now the full court trap once again. Sixsmith over to Zucchino. And he travels, takes a couple steps as he tries to save that ball from going out of bounds. Dangerous pass there if you're Sixsmith.
Yeah, good play by Zucchino just to keep that one alive.
A little too high for him.
Looked like Odell Beckham there going up with one hand.
Check into the game for Baruch, number 5, Brandon Otley, as Andre Harris comes to the bench, and have to wonder if that's the last we'll see of him today. Greer has it. Goodson now in the corner. Smith Jr. on him. Back over to Greer. Greer into the lane, finishes it with the right hand. And it's going to be a timeout for Jason Curbison and Rutgers Camden with 9:25 remaining. Baruch leads 73-44, and it's been really a tale of 2 halves. You look at the first half, Baruch shooting a respectable 48%, holding Rutgers to a 33%, only having a 9-point lead. However, it's been all Baruch here, outscoring Rutgers by 20 here in the second half, shooting 73% from the field and only holding Rutgers to 29%.
That's incredible.
And on top of that, Baruch shooting almost 72% from downtown.
Yeah. So you really just there's no answer to that.
No, I mean, granted, Rutgers can play better, and Baruch's forcing him into some poor play.
Of course.
But you let any team shoot in the 70s, even the 60s, high 50s, you're going to have a tough time winning that game.
And we talk about momentum and really just kind of finding your stride as a team. And when a team's firing like this, shooting 73% from three, man, it's really hard to stop. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from.
And Baruch also out-rebounding Rutgers Camden by 9 in this half.
Exactly.
Where they only did it by 3 in the first half. You can really see that was the message. Get the ball, get your rebounds, secure possession, not a lot of second-chance opportunities. And, I mean, hitting your shots is an understatement right now.
Exactly. And you got to be proud of this Baruch team right now for coming out after last night's loss and really playing this well.
Yeah, you'll get over a loss really quickly with these type of numbers.
Exactly.
So now Jack Reese has it up top. Gives it off to Smith Jr. Now Bryler Page on the wing. Gets into the free throw line. Jumper. Knocks that one down. Raising the old shooting percentage if that was possible. Now shooting 75% from the field here in the second half. Greer has it for Rutgers Camden. Over to Harrison to the paint. Now to Brosh. Swings it around to McCarthy. George Smith Jr. closes on him. McCarthy shot too long. Zucchino on the rebound. And now Reese will push. Otley has it in the corner, looking for options. Bryler Page on the other corner. Cross-court pass there. Gives it inside to George Smith Jr. Up top to Reese. Reese's three-pointer. Off front rim, no good. It'll be Otley on the rebound, though. And he's going to get fouled by Greer. And that'll send Otley to the line for a 1-on-1. Otley was about ready to run back down the court for defense and didn't realize the rebound was going to come that far out.
Yeah.
So nice job to save it as he gets bumped out of bounds. 8:32 remaining here in the ballgame. Otley off on the first. McCarthy comes away with it, gives it off to Goodson. Goodson almost hits the deck, able to keep his composure. Brosh's three from the corner, no good. Bryler Page comes away with the rebound. Reese back to Page, has it up top. Page into the paint, floater. Around and out and down. Nice play there by Bryler Page. We're starting to see him heat up again like he did in the first half. Page now has 24 in this half.
Interesting substitution to bring Bryler back into this game.
Keep the hot hand going as he's shooting 73% from the field. Goodson at the line for a 1-on-1. He knocks down the first. And he knocks down the second. Baruch lead by 31, 8 minutes left here in the ball game. And it'll be Bryler Page out of bounds on the end line as he caught that pass. So it'll go back to Rutgers Camden. Unforced error there, and I'd like to see how Baruch's focus is going to be when you're up this amount of points.
Yeah, you don't want to get sloppy here.
Greer has it, looking for options. It's Harris up top, covered by Zucchino. Back to Greer, NBA three. Around and out, no good. Otley and Smith Jr. fight for it. And Smith Jr. will be fouled underneath. The foul's going to be on number 20, Goodson. And that's going to send Smith to the line for a 1-on-1. And the tempo is definitely slowed here in the latter portion of the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knocks down the first. Smith Jr. shooting 71% from the free throw line this year. Be Baruch in the front court for Rutgers Camden. Covered by Reese. Looking for options. McCarthy holding onto the ball a little too longer for Coach Kerberson's offense, but it'll be Goodson up top. Outside to Baruch. Thinks about the shot. Instead decides to drive. George Smith Jr. comes away with the steal. Up to Reese. Up to Otley. He's fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. Nice transition play there by Baruch. Asaph Charles waiting to check into the game for the Bearcats.
2 shots for number 5 of Brendan Otley.
Otley knocks down the first. It's his 5th free throw of the season, and he's knocked down all 5.
George Smith Jr. checking out. That'll most likely be his night.
Cold in here. I think that OEM's going to call a frigid alert. It's freezing in here.
And Otley knocks down the second.
And number 14, Michael Richards.
And Michael Richards checking in for Bryler Page. That'll most likely do it for him as well.
If that is, Bryler Page having a great night, averaging ending with 20 and 6. One turnover, excuse me. A nice three there by McCarthy.
Able to convert on that one.
Baruch lead by 34 now. And that was a kick ball against Baruch, so it'll be Baruch's ball right in front of us. 6:45 remaining here in the game.
Russell replaced number 2, Trey Greer.
Referee looking like Henrik Lundqvist.
Rutgers Camden coming in.
Nice find there by Reese to find Richards back door.
Putting a lot of pressure on this Bearcats. Jack Reese has been doing a good job all night, really just navigating that full court press from the Raptors.
And now Otley into the front court for Baruch, trying to go end to end, gives it outside. It'll be an offensive foul though. As Harris takes that one right there. Nice defensive play there by Harris. Checking into the game for Rutgers Camden, number 11, Thomas Harris, and number 5, Adam Perry. Tyrell Russell and Ian McCarthy come to the bench. Baruch have gone 11 deep so far on their roster in tonight's game. Outside to Goodson, looking for options. Baruch has it. He's going to drive against Reese. Instead, kicks it back out. Little give and go play, and now Perry has it on right wing, working on Otley. Harris, straightaway jumper. A little too soft, and Charles comes away with the rebound. Otley has it down. It's going to be a foul on number 20, Kyle Goodson.
5 fouls on Goodson.
And Goodson, that will be his 5th of the evening. So checking into the game, number 15, Anthony Cruz, freshman guard from Vineland, New Jersey.
2 shots for number 5, Brendan Otley.
He knocks down the first, so 35-point lead for the Bearcats.
.45-49 lead here for the Bearcats.
And Jack Reese comes away with it for the Bearcats into the front court. Otley has it now, gives it off to, trying to give it across court to Zucchino. Ball stolen there. It's going to be Harris. Nice Euro step move. Can't finish, though. Ball's batted around, looking for someone to pick it up. It'll be Richards who comes away with it, and now Otley will walk it up the court. It'll be Baruch on him. And it's going to be Baruch's ball underneath with 5:06 remaining here in the game. And this is when the game can get chippy, when there's a big deficit like this. As the inbound comes to Richards. Goes baseline, gives it off to Charles, and he gets fouled as he goes up. And I was excited to see the youngster Charles really play here tonight. He hasn't had too many minutes on the season, but great opportunity here for the last 5 of this game.
Yeah, for sure. Really want to see what he can do down low with that size.
Only averaging 4 minutes a game so far in his freshman year as a Baruch Bearcat. Sorry, his junior year, but as a transfer.
Yeah, transfer from, I believe he came over from Kingsborough Community College, where he was the CUNYAC Scholar Athlete of the Year for the junior colleges. So impressive resume coming in. And he's got a great basketball body. So really, really excited to see what he can do for the Bearcat team.
Coming into a Bearcat team, though, it's very crowded at that position,
yeah.
too. You have competition, so every day, nice alteration of that shot. Even though he didn't make contact, definitely forcing a change of shot there as the floater's no good. Ooh, trying to find Charles underneath. Goes off backboard, and Baruch comes away with it for Rutgers Camden. Into the corner. Perry closed out by Zucchino. Perry's shot, a little way too strong. And Otley comes away with that rebound. 4.5 remaining here in the game.
This game's still playing very quick.
Surprised to see Rutgers Camden with a lot of their starters still in. Now Charles gets it underneath. Can't finish. Fights for his own rebound. Last off of Baruch underneath, and it'll stay with Baruch. As Baruch now have five subs on the court. Matthew Bantis, number 31, also in the game. Richards in the corner. Pull up 3. No good. Rebounded there by Zucchino. Nope, gets ripped away from him. Harris up to Baruch. Baruch goes right at the rim. Around Bantis, can't score. I think he hit the underside of the backboard. That'll be Baruch's ball. Baruch, nice hustle play there to come back and create a steal. I don't think Otley saw him over his shoulder. As Otley makes a steal on the other end. Very sloppy play so far.
It's got to be a tough game to input the stat crew for.
And Bantis able to finish at the rim. So that's going to be an and one opportunity. Fouls on number 5, Adam Perry. His 4th. And Zucchino knocks it down. My apologies, Zucchino, not Bantis. Adam Perry has it now, takes the pick from Harris. Terrence has it. Harris has it now right wing. Step back 3 off front rim. Nice defense there by Richards. Charles comes away with the rebound. Easily the tallest player on the court.
In CUNY, probably.
No, Otley has it up top for the Bearcats. And the Bearcats are looking to go even deeper as Nate Ormond and
that is Ian Voss-Potts.
Ian Voss-Potts also waiting to check back into the game.
So Ormond's going to come in for Zucchino, and Voss-Potts will check in for Richards. As this is arguably one of the tallest lineups we've probably ever had here at Baruch at the same time. Charles standing at 6'9". I'd even give him a 6'10". Ormond 6'8". Voss-Potts 6'7".
Lots of size on the court and then of course Bantis and Otley rounding out the 5. Baruch lead 88-49. 39-point lead for the Bearcats. Nice all-around game from a lot of players, but it's more I'd have to say about the defense of Baruch as they turn it over there. Sloppy play from both players. Baruch shooting 57% tonight. 50% from 3, and 19 of 23 from the free throw line.
Charles able to get that rebound. He's going to give it to Otley. Ormond hustling down. Voss-Potts pulls up.
Ooh, a little too strong there.
Goes long. Asaph Charles with the offensive board.
And it's going to go off him last, and it'll go back to Rutgers Camden. Nice hustle play there by some of these reserves for the Bearcats. Baruch has it now right wing for Rutgers. Gives it over to Perry. 2:30 remaining here in the game. Scoop layup there by Harris, no good. Anthony Cruz, excuse me. Now Otley into the front court. Right into the lane, trying to find Charles. Charles got out muscled though. And that's the thing, Charles has a big body. I think he could still add weight to that frame.
Of course.
Austin's third and the team's ninth.
And that's the beauty of this 4-year career that all these athletes have, is just the ability to develop and continue to improve year by year. Especially some of the younger guys, too. You know that they're going to be very big impact moving forward for this Bearcats team.
He knocks down the first. And the southpaw Thomas Harris knocks down the second.
Bantis is going to check it into Otley. Rutgers still pressing here. He's going to find Bantis in transition. Had Asaph Charles open. He's going to give it to him now. Back to Bantis. Floater up to Asaph Charles, going up for the dunk. Unable to convert there. As Otley puts up the three. Vaz Potts with the rebound.
And one for Asaph Charles. So many consecutive offensive rebounds, and just the sides is silly out there for Baruch right now.
Yeah.
90-51. Baruch outscoring Rutgers Camden 52-22 here in the second half. Having a chance to extend the lead to 40.
And Asaph Charles able to convert on the three-point play. Good for him.
Nice and one there for Charles.
Finally getting that look to go. And good job just following up those shots by the Bearcats, getting all those offensive rebounds.
Perry straightaway three, knocks that one down. Lead back to 37. Minute and 38 remaining.
Same thing. Otley gives it to Bantis, who's going to find Vaz Potts. Orman down low, cut to Asaph Charles with the dunk! There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We've been waiting for that one all year.
Nice ball movement there by the bigs for Baruch.
Absolutely. Nate Orman doing a great job, as well as Ian Vaz Potts to get Asaph Charles.
And Perry straightaway three, no good. Ball's tipped around, and it'll be Charles to come away with it. It'll be Bantis to push it into the front court. And he'll pull up a three, knocks that one down. And it's 96-54. A little clock adjustment here to 55.8. Perry has it now in the corner. Nice defense here by some of the reserve players for Baruch. Floater here by Harris is no good. And Baruch really should probably be walking this one out here. Shot clock violation here wouldn't even be the end of the world. Otley looking for options. Gives it off to Vaz Potts. Trying to find Orman in the paint. But they turn over as Baruch jumper around and out, no good. Rebound fought for, last off of number 34, Nate Ormond.
14-4 remaining here in the second half.
Now Baruch has it up top, and they could hold for final possession. What an effort from pretty much the entire Baruch team. I mean, down to even some of the guys that are just here at the end, really dictating the tempo. Sure, they won by 9 in the first half, but outscoring Rutgers Camden by 33 in the second half.
Absolutely. Great effort by the Bearcats to respond today. Really get this season back to where they want it. Now they're improving to 8-3, 2-0 Cuniac.
5 players today for Baruch in double figures. You're talking about Joseph Sakino, Benjamin Boateng, Bryler Page leading the way with 20, William Sixsmith and Andre Harris all with double figures Just a well-rounded scoring offensive output, and also really seeing it for maybe some of the newer players like Sakino
Absolutely.
and Jack Reese. Very impressive.
You got to love to see that.
For Rutgers Camden, their leading scorers were number 2, Trey Greer, number 3, Terrence Harris, and just too much defense and too much scoring, really. I mean, it was really the second half that really separated the two teams.
That was one of the best halves of Baruch basketball you and I have probably ever seen.
Yeah.
58 points.
You're talking about going to the first half. I mean, when they talk on halftime, Rutgers Camden has to feel that they're still in the game.
Yeah.
And then to let up an offensive explosion like that in the second half, I mean, it's just got to be disheartening. Really, nothing's going your way, and you're only shooting 19% yourself, but you're letting Baruch shoot 62% from the field, including 6 of 11 from three.
Of course. So, again, just great effort by the Bearcats to come out and do what they had to do today.
So that's going to about wrap it up for us. The Bearcats play John Jay on the 3rd at John Jay as the doubleheader, as they get back to conference play. Our next broadcast will be Saturday, January 5th versus Medgar Evers. The tip is going to be the same time as this weekend, 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. The men will be following the ladies, and we're right back into conference action. So that'll about do it for us here at the Arc Arena. Once again, your final score, Baruch 96, Rutgers of Camden 54. I'm pushing Baruch to 8-3. You've been watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.